Thank
Hi
you.
everyone, welcome to the kindergarten portion of our virtual open house. My name is Sherie Coates. I have a background in early childhood education and I am getting my master's in reading and literacy. I've been teaching for about 10 years now, and two of those years I've been at Key. My assistant is Miss Ronnie Blackstone.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Renee Sherwood. This is actually my first year teaching at Key, but I have a master's in elementary ed and have taught previously for 8 years. I taught second grade, both in Maryland and in Colorado. And my assistant is Bethany DeGrossa, and she's our kindergarten art teacher as well. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Vicki Bushmann. I've taught at Key for 17 years. The last few years I've taught kindergarten, but I also taught pre-K for many, many years. And this year I'm so pleased to be teaching with this awesome team of teachers. And we are not alone. Each of us has an assistant in our classroom. So there's two of us in the classroom all day, and they are full-time assistants. Our time is short, so Ms. Coates and Ms. Sherwood and I want to tell you a few special things about kindergarten, and then we will welcome some questions. So first, I'd like to talk a little bit about our schedule. So our schedule, we want to share our schedule with you, and this is an example of a schedule we're using this year in kindergarten. You can see that each day we have a designated time for language arts and math instruction. Math and language arts are also an integral part of our daily morning meeting time. We use reading skills to learn about our day in the morning message, and we use daily math routines to count the days at school using a hundreds chart and with a 10 frame chart. But the most important part of our morning meeting is it is a time that our class can come together and share with each other. You can also see that we have special classes spread throughout the week. Those classes are PE, music, art, and science. Ms. Sherwood will talk a little bit about our spaces that we learn in.
All right, and there's hopefully a short video here with photographs of our different spaces. So we do start the day in the classroom. Our spaces are collaborative, big open rooms where the children work together. These are pictures from this year, so you'll probably notice the masks. That is obviously a change from other years, but we do like to have partner work, have the children work together. And then the outdoor classroom and the outdoor spaces are a very big part of our day. There's two designated outdoor play times where we'll go out, the children explore the sandbox, we have a climber, there's an outdoor music area, and a field where they can, be inventive, play together. There's wagons and wheelbarrows and lots of space for creativity. We also have gardens outside our rooms. We recently turned one into a camping area. You may have seen in the pictures. The kids like to sit around on the stumps and we have snack outside. And we will be planting some herbs in the spring. There's also a space a little bit further down on campus, we like to refer to as the Magic Forest. And that is a space really for creative play, for climbing, using their imaginations. And that is one of their favorite places on campus to visit. All right, so we are going to move into technology.
Technology. There's a lot of technology here at Key. Each classroom is equipped with smart boards and a class set of iPads. We use this to extend lessons and educate students on the educational benefits of technology. Within the kindergarten program, we have 3 special apps that we use for every day: RAS, Reading A to Z, Dreambox, and Seesaw. RAS is an app used to help extend reading at home, record students' progress, and personalize leveled readers. So each child has their own assigned reading book that helps them with whatever developmental level that they are on. Dreambox is a math extension that builds each student's ability through a personalized algorithm. So each child plays games, and as they progress through different levels of math, it challenges them in different areas. Seesaw is a family app that connects the family to the classroom. You can send teachers messages through this app. You can see what your child is working on within the classroom, and you can see pictures of things that they're doing in their day-to-day life on campus. And next,
Ready for the next one?
Yep. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. We work on 3 pieces of each child's identity. We work on self, school, and community. We are preparing these students to be good citizens and growing members of our community. Within the school, we want the children to know that this is a safe place. It's a place where everyone belongs, and that this is where we come to be together. We teach each child to be self-aware, confident, and that all family structures aren't the same, but they are all loved in each individual way. We read books like All Are Welcome, The Colors of Us, Our Class is a Family, and we do different activities such as self-portraits, family photos, and other activities. We want them to know that we respect our community, our key community, as well as the community around us, and to empathize with others.
And this is a perfect segue for me to talk about curriculum. When we are planning our curriculum, we use the DEI lens that Ms. Coates has just talked about to guide us with language arts, math, and unit work. Our curriculum is strong in reading and mathematics, but we gather material that children are interested in. In language arts, we read about ourselves, we write about ourselves, we read and respond to literature. We have a strong phonics program. We build a sight word bank that helps with reading fluency, and children write and then read their own words. We integrate math into our classroom routines, like I spoke about with the schedule. We build math activities around real experiences, like measuring the circumference of a tree while investigating trees in our magic forest that Mrs. Sherwood talked about, or exploring different strategies to count the seeds from our classroom pumpkin on Halloween.
Okay. And finally, we have these kindergarten units of study that are integrated into our day, into language arts and into math. We start the year off with learning about ourselves, each other, and our classroom community. Currently, we are focusing on outdoor Maryland. And so we've done a lot of work with the different habitats in Maryland, what kind of animals live in our state, and each student picks a different animal to do a little bit of research. And then our art projects also revolve around their choice. We also move into late in the fall and then into the, sorry about that, into the winter. Our dinosaur unit is a favorite. My class keeps asking when that's happening. And that's a fun unit, a student of study for kindergartners. And then in the spring, we wrap up with backyard gardens, which is really nice to have the garden space right outside our rooms to really have some hands-on exploration with that. And so sorry, I was a little premature with my question slide, but that does wrap up our informational part of the presentation, and we can go ahead and take questions. We can either, Cheryl, would you prefer what the other presentations should parents put in the chat, or just
they can put a question in the chat, or they can raise their hand,
okay,
whichever they prefer.
Okay.
I can monitor the chat.
Okay.
Let's see.
And I do want to reiterate to parents that this is being recorded, not families' portion of it, but you'll be able to refer back to this video. We'll send it out to you at a later time.
All right, here's the question. Are you going to have after-school programs available for the 2021-22 school year?
That,
That-
yeah,
we would all like to know that, the answer to that question.
oh, and that would be an administrative
Yeah.
Yeah.
answer. So,
I think any questions relating to things that are impacted by the pandemic and operations affected by, you know, the what's going on with the health situation, yes, are probably are administrative questions.
To piggyback off of that question, are you guys currently having any after school programs, or once 2:15 is done, the students have to go home?
The after school program is not currently running.
Okay, so the school day for you all ends exactly at 2:15.
2:40.
2:40.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, we have another question. What's the classroom ratio boys to girls?
That varies year to year. This year I was split down the middle. Last year I had more girls than boys. So it just depends on, and then they're all divided up differently over the 3 classrooms. So
yeah,
it just varies.
yes. And this year we're working in pods. So we have pods of 12 children. And I have a split of 5 and 6, I think. So, or 6, yeah, something like that. Something it's even this year. So.
Yeah, and I'm a little heavy on one side, but with the pods, yeah, everything was divided up a little bit different. I have 4, 4, and 7. Let's see. All right, next question. Are there any transportation options?
So yes, there are. The best thing to do is to go to our website, and you can see, because it depends on where you're located. We have Bowie, Gambrels, Davidsonville, the Arnold area. We used to have Eastern Shore, but those kids have become teenagers and they drive now. But we do have several options. You can go to our website and click on transportation. Again, with that, if you need more specific information, you can contact the admission office.
Next question is, when do students begin exposure to foreign languages, and what might those be?
Key School is heavy on French. Students start to learn French in the 1st grade. Is that right?
First grade.
Yeah.
They can, they'll do French from 1st through 4th. Once they get into the middle school, they can switch over to Spanish or continue in French. And then in the upper school, we offer French, Spanish, Latin, and Arabic. By the time your little ones get to the upper school, we'll probably have added something else. But that's what the program is as of today.
All right, another question came in. Are the classes in person 5 days a week, or is there a hybrid model you are exploring? So do you want to answer that, Vicki? Or
So
I can?
2 weeks ago, we initially started this school year hybrid. 2 weeks ago, we went to 5 days on campus for our youngest children. But however, parents still have the option of gateway. If you don't want your child on campus, you can do distance learning. So that's what it is as of now. With changing COVID numbers, I can't say where we will be at that time. Hopefully we will be on the downside of this by next fall, but we have to play it by ear and do what we think is safest for the children on our campus, the families on our campus, and outside of our campus. So our administrators are always in close contact with government officials, listening and talking to them about what's going on within the Anne Arundel community and then Maryland as a whole. And our decisions regarding children on or off campus are based on those conversations.
All right, some more questions coming in. How is access to the school controlled? Key code to enter the school. Teachers I know we all have cards to enter any of the buildings, as well as, I don't know about lower school, but do the lower school kids have key cards? The middle and upper school?
Middle, upper school children have their own key cards, and teachers have these key cards for STEM lower school.
Let's see. What is your favorite part of teaching at Key? Well, that's a good question. All right, I can answer. Let's all answer that. My favorite part of teaching at Key is I love my team. We work together very well, and we work collaboratively. There's a lot of creative freedom in terms of, my kids have been very interested in bats. So we've kind of integrated that into the outdoor Maryland unit, where we're able to kind of pick up on something that the children are very interested in and then follow that through with, what we're doing, language arts and math. So it's fun to follow the kids' curiosity. And there's, like I said, creative freedom to do that at Key. And that's amazing from a teaching perspective.
Yes.
What's your favorite part of teaching at Key, Ms. Bushmann?
Well, in my class, I love that we can be outside as much as we can be, which has been wonderful this year, given our current situation. I also really love teaching math. And that's been something that as a student, I struggled a lot with. So it makes me feel really good that there's these wonderful hands-on ways to teach children math, and we have a really good time with that. Ms. Coates, what are you liking this year?
Oh, there's so many things to like about Key. I think my favorite is that the exploration of the whole campus. I know you guys seen the video and how big and beautiful our campus is. And the whole campus is our students' playground. We can venture off into the different spaces and areas like the Magic Forest. It becomes a giant mud puddle, and the students love to get their rain boots and raincoats and just have a ball. And it's all about hands-on learning and, learning through exploration and trying to figure things out with lots of questions and learning things that way. It's awesome.
And that Magic Forest that Ms. Coates is talking about, there's a lot, it's almost, these trees are sort of twisted together, and kids can actually climb trees, and they love it. It's a wonderful thing for them. It's a great way. And like I said, it's been awesome this year since we've had more restrictions. It's been a great place for children to go and be able to be outside.
There's a couple questions I think we can wrap together or mesh together before we wrap up here. A lot of questions about outdoor access, just with what's going on with the pandemic, whether they have classes outside. Yes, there's huge tents all over campus right now. There's a very organized reservation system to reserve tents, and we get out as much as possible. If something can be done outside, particularly in this year, we have snack outside. We do have the option of having lunch outside. And then the other question kind of related to that was if we are at home in distance learning, is learning synchronous? Do you want to answer that one, Ms. Coates, with the synchronous and asynchronous learning for virtual?
So virtual learning, if everyone is at home, it is synchronous. We log on several times as a whole group, and we teach lessons that way. As far as, I know Ms. Martin talked a little bit about parents choosing the Gateway program when we're on campus. That is also when the student at home zooms into the classroom and follows instruction that way. They learning the same exact thing. They're seeing what we're seeing within the classroom, just as the kids are in the classroom are doing. And it goes very well. The lessons are inclusive and they aren't left out, and they kind of get the same education as the students in the classroom.
And that seesaw platform that Ms. Coates spoke about is a way that we do asynchronous learning then. So when we're in virtual learning and we're all at home, then we have Zoom time with our class. In kindergarten, we teach 2 lessons over Zoom a day, and then we use Seesaw for reinforcement and lessons that way too.
I see a couple of questions about security. In order to get into any building at Key, you have to have a key card or a code. That's the only way you're getting in any of the buildings. All the doors are locked. There are doors on each side of any building that have a key code, but every door does not have one. Most of them do. But in order to get in, there's no way you can get into any building unless it's being escorted by someone with a key card or having the code yourself, which is not given out unless for after school programs when parents are picking up after school. And right now that's not running. We do also have a security guard on campus that rides around and is monitoring all activity as well. I see a couple questions about that.
And this one's kind of related. Are the classrooms available to view over internet throughout the day for parents and guardians? I think that relates to our Gateway program. Cheryl, do you want to talk about Gateway,
I
or
think
we
they
can talk
mean
about it?
live.
Yeah,
Is it live streamed?
which no.
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 Okay.
And I think someone asked a question twice about the boy-girl ratio. We currently have 14 boys and 20 girls in the kindergarten.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
So next year you are only accepting 12 kindergarten students total. So your numbers are decreasing for next school year?
That's fluid because we have to had pods this year because of COVID. We had to have smaller pod sizes, so we couldn't take as many children as we usually take. So moving forward, it's just going to depend on where we are with COVID. Our admission season basically lasts all year, so we'll start testing children in next month, and our admission season, which normally would end in the spring, will run all throughout the summer. So if we have a certain number of children the end of May and COVID is subsiding and things are getting back to normal, we will open up more space for more children.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we're at 11:07. Is there another portion?
Someone did you all answer the question about homework? Because I ran to get my computer.
Oh, we did not.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Do you want to answer that, Vicki? You've talked about, the question is their homework. How much homework do the kids get per night?
So typically in kindergarten in years past, we don't do a lot of homework. We do math packets once a month that are more game oriented. It's supposed to be a time that reinforces skills we've done in the classroom, but in kind of a fun way with your family. And in the second half of kindergarten, we have a reading folder that we send home with a book that's chosen where your child is in reading to read as a family. But this year, because of distance learning, things have shifted some. So that's where that seesaw piece comes in, and we do assign seesaw activities. It's things you can do on your computer. It's lessons through the computer. So we have that. And then Ms. Coates had talked also about A to Z reading, which is assigning readers like we would have at school for children so they can read them at home virtually. So it's changed a little bit this year because of COVID.
So I think the last question, how have you addressed the current political and civil unrest climate in this country with the young students, and give an example of how and what is shared?
We actually just had a training on this, how to have these discussions and less of a debate and respect. And that goes back to what we learned in diversity, equity, and inclusion. and respecting everyone's opinion and what their values are as a person and identities. And while they are young, we don't really talk about it openly, politics, but it does affect our children. And we just reassure them that they matter and their voices are being heard within the classroom, and we have to respect each other's voices and opinions in a respectful and caring way. Did you want to piggyback, Ms.
Yeah,
Bushman?
I was just going to say, often because our children are so young, when we hear those conversations, it tends to be snack time or lunchtime. That's when it kind of comes up at a snack table. But the schools has prepared us quite a lot this year with special training, like Sherie said.
Yeah. I saw another question on here about lunch. We do have everyone wears a mask all day within the classroom. Each class is equipped with plexiglass. So each child has a plexiglass divider that separates them from the student in front of them and the student next to them, so that when they do take their mask off and eat, there is a barrier there.
Would you like, I'm in my classroom. Would you like me to show that?
Sure.
I'm in my classroom right now. So
That would be great.
Here, if you don't mind me walking with us. So this is, I don't know, I can't tell if you can.
We can see it. Yeah.
So the children, so in my room, I have 3 tables, 4 children each at each table. And we have this plexiglass piece that's on the table. And like we said, some days we go outside for snack and lunch, which is really nice. We have some little picnic tables outside our classroom that are child-sized picnic tables. And we love going out there when the weather's nice and having a little snack out there too.
And I think this is the last question about integration of math and science. With Key School, like I think I said earlier, it's all about learning through exploration. And we learn a lot about science, even though we have a special science time within our schedule. We're always exploring and learning about the nature that's around us. Like Ms. Sherwood was talking about our units of study and Maryland Outdoors and the backyard gardens are all parts of science, but that we incorporate into our everyday lessons as well as math. We do have a special time every day for math, but it's something that's kind of integrated in all parts of our educational day. I hope that answers your question.
Well, if you all have additional questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. You can reach me at cmartin@keyschool.org. And I think my email is also on the email that you received with the Zoom link. And my direct line at my desk is 443-321-7812. I am working from home, but I do check those messages every day and I will give you a call back. Email is probably quickest because I can call you. I check that constantly. I check email several times a day. But please feel free to contact me if you have any questions.
Could you repeat your number, please?
Sure, 443-321-7812.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank the kindergarten team for your time this morning. It was really a great presentation. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you to everyone for coming this morning. And please, if you have more questions, please let Cheryl know and we can always get information to her too.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.